Welcome to Journey to Joy Live, a podcast to promote wellness, resilience, and inspire joy. Be empowered to balance your mental, physical, financial, aspirational, and social health while providing mental health awareness and breaking down the stigma of mental illness in the Black community. I'm your host, Dr. If Joy, and I'm here to help you transform life's challenges into opportunities for joy. Let's begin the journey together. Hey, we're here with episode 155, the anxiety of being the strong one. What happens when everyone leans on you? And I'm not even going to front. I pre-recorded this 2 days ago. So right now, to me, it's Tuesday, June 16th, and I'm about to go on a road trip and drive 11 hours to Miami with my family of 5. Yes, because we are going on a whole nother cruise. This time it is the family reunion cruise, about 45 family members to the Bahamas. And it's going to be exciting. So right now, while you're watching me live, I am on a cruise. Interestingly enough, Juneteenth weekend, and it is the freedom of the seas. How dope is that? So let's get right into it. The anxiety of the strong one. Did I get that wrong? Is that an oxymoron? You strong. What you mean you have anxiety? You strong. What you mean you burnt out? You strong. What you mean you stressed? The anxiety of the strong one. Well, that shows that the strong one is human. They aren't perfect. They aren't a robot. They aren't a superhero. They aren't a superwoman. As much as you like to believe you have a cape and that you are a superwoman and that you just can keep on going and going, you too can be stressed and burnt out, which can lead to anxiety and depression. So who am I talking to? I'm talking to my overachievers, my high achievers, the family fixer, the caretaker, the peacemaker, the one who just never asks for help, the person that everyone depends on. And let me just chat with my mental health providers, my service providers, my doctors out there who literally get leaned on at work. And you literally have to be the strong person. And for the most part, can't really show any emotion. I mean, I'm that psychiatrist that's going to laugh with you. I have cried with a patient. That's not going to happen all the time, but I will laugh with you and I will show emotion. And if you tell me a story that makes me do this, I will do that. Like somebody done did you wrong, be like, what? So I'll show some emotion, but for the most part, we got to be strong, especially when patients or clients start talking about trauma and things. We got to hold it together. And we got to figure out what to do with ourselves mentally and physically after that session is over. So all you people who are service providers, just even within your job, you have to be the strong one. Then you got those who are the strong one in your family. You're the person that everyone always comes to for something wrong with them. And they put all their burdens on you because you're the strong one. You're the patient one. You're the peacemaker. You're the one that has all the advice. So they come to you. What about that person in church? You're the person in church they come to. Maybe you are a ministry leader or a deacon or whatever you are that they come to you because you're that person that has all the advice. You're that person in the family they come to. You're that person in the sorority that they come to. The anxiety of being the strong one. I mean, just listen to myself say this. That's a lot of anxiety. Everyone's leaning on you, but who are you leaning on? Are you allowed to be weak? If you're not always strong, are you allowed to be weak? What's the opposite of strong? Is the opposite of strong being weak? Doesn't mean you're weak when you ask for help. Are you allowed to just be human? Are you allowed to say no and not let people call on you all the time? Why do you let people call on you all the time? Why are you the only one that they have? And they love you for being the strong one because you're independent, you're resilient, you're reliable. Oh, it takes work to be reliable, though. It takes strength to be resilient. And it certainly takes patience and strength and resilience to be independent. But that weighs on you. So, who are you going to? What does it feel like? I mean, I can just think, it feels fulfilling. You're being praised for being this strong, resilient, reliable person. Oh, look at you, you superwoman. I'm like, yeah, I can do it all. You've got those fulfilling empowerment moments where it feels good. But then there's those moments where it's like, I can't sleep tonight because I have so much on my mind, so much that I have to do, so many people that's relying on me. And then I go to tears because I'm just like, what am I going to do? Everyone's relying on me. That pressure just literally weighed in on me or weighed in on you. I'm saying me because I'm a wife, mom, boss. I wrote the whole book on it. It's a lot of work being everything to everyone. So, how about we stop here and talk about this book? Wife, mom, boss. Inspire joy for the wife, mom, boss. How to balance it all without losing yourself. Have wrote the whole book on it. It is basically a memoir letting you know what I go through as a wife, mom, boss, and being everything to everyone, being the breadwinner. And I was just thinking about a couple of weeks ago, there's a name for it, breadwinner burnout. Nobody talks about breadwinner burnout. I'm just thinking about that. And you don't have to be a wife to be breadwinner burnout. You can be a husband, you can be a caregiver, you can be whoever you are. But that is a real thing. That is truly a real thing. So anyhow, this book is on sale on my website for $17.49. It's also on sale on Amazon. So why don't you have it? You follow me, you watch me, but you don't like, subscribe, share, and comment or buy. So go ahead, buy the book. I have it here. I have all the sweat and the tears that I've experienced as a wife, mom, boss right here in this book and practical tips to help you. So when I say me, I deal with this. It is true. I feel like at all times I got to be strong. But why? Because you have so many people leaning on you. You have a 3-year-old outside the door right now crying because where is mommy? Well, mommy's pre recording a 20-minute podcast, honey. I'll be right there. Anyway, but that's why you need a village too. And that's why I had the episode Joy is a team sport. You need a village. I got my village out there handling it. Nothing's like the mom's love, but it's okay. I don't have to have mom guilt, the fact that he's crying and needs me right now. I release that mom guilt. So being the strong one, but it creates a lot of anxiety, a lot of burnout, a lot of stress, a lot of sadness, a lot of tears. So are you really strong? Are you masking? Are you showing that you're strong because everybody needs you, but really you break down in the closet crying at night? And nobody sees that, because if they did see that, then they'll be like, well, what's wrong with you? Wait, no, I need to come to you for stuff. So why are you crying? Why are you stressed out? So now you can't even show that you're upset or hurt or burdened or stressed or anxious, because now you're making everybody else feel that way. So now you are continuing to suffer in silence. But if I don't do it, it won't get done. That's what the strong one says. But even during downtime, you're mentally working. You're laying down and they think that you're resting. Oh, now she's resting. No, you're mentally working. You're continually doing things, even in your mind, because that's what a wife, mom, boss does. You're feeling responsible for everyone's emotions. You carry the family stress, you carry the work stress, the relationship stress, as if it's your job, as if you have to do it at all times. You have this fear of falling apart. What if people see I'm struggling, right? Never feeling allowed to need help, not even want help. You give support, you don't receive it. Why is that? You got this guilt of resting. Rest just feels irresponsible. We need to change that. Rest is responsible, because if it's an irresponsibility and you don't do it and now you're stressed out and you can't be there for everyone else, which You really don't have to be there for everyone else. But if you want to be there for everyone else, you want to keep doing that, you really can't do that if you don't get the rest. So it's irresponsible to not get the rest. And then you're thinking to yourself with this guilt of resting, self-care feels selfish. Why does it feel selfish? Because you're finally doing something for you. I say all the time, put yourself back on the priority list. Many strong people don't present with sadness. Maybe you're just like, well, I'm not sad. I don't cry. What you talking about hiding in my closet crying? Maybe it's the irritability. Maybe it's the overthinking that you have. Maybe it's the fact that you can't sleep, that insomnia. Maybe it's these tension headaches, these headaches that kind of present itself middle of the day and gets worse near the end of the day. That's a tension headache. That's a stress headache. Maybe it's the stomach problems that you have. Maybe you're constipated. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's the racing thoughts, the emotional exhaustion. Maybe you're not sad, but maybe you're all those things. The anxiety of the strong one. We've got to fix that. So ask yourself, do you feel guilty for saying no? Do you struggle to ask for help? Do you constantly anticipate problems? Okay, this is going to happen. So let me be prepared for this. Okay, that might happen. So let me be prepared for this. That's so cool, but it's a lot of mental stress trying to be over prepared, overthinking, planning, and just being certain of everything that happens. There's a lot of mental work with that, a lot of mental exhaustion with that, a lot of mental drain with that, just constantly in your head. Are you everyone's support system but have none of your own? Where's your support system? Do you feel exhausted but you just keep going? Of course, I have that when I exercise. Like, you're supposed to go ahead and exercise despite being tired, despite not wanting to, and push through. That makes you stronger. That's great. Yeah. But life, you don't just keep pushing through without rest. That's why this is my 4th cruise this year. I believe in rest. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, trips are great, but you don't always do trips. I can't go on a cruise every day, but there's things that I do to rest from day to day. So, of course, I get my sleep, but exercise to me is rest as well. Taking a mental break and grounding and feeling my senses, going outside and looking at the beautiful garden my husband's put together. Having quality time with my family, but also having me time and just sitting and just doing nothing. And yes, I scroll to just make a mental break. But I don't scroll for long because scrolling after a while can just be too much and too draining and add to digital stress. Have you confused being needed with being loved? Do you feel like if you're not there for someone, that you're not there for them to lean on, that they won't love you? Is it conditional? Because, whoa, did they tell you that? Or is that just in your head? You just feel that way. Who is in the way of you getting your self-care? It's usually you. Where does this come from? Is this like the family role? Are you like the oldest child? Sometimes we get the oldest daughter syndrome. My friend was just talking about how, like, since 11, like, she was literally taking care of her siblings. Like, a lot of people have that. So they're automatically that strong when the people lean on. You have been parentified forever. You've had these caregiver roles forever. And this is just what you do. When do you get a break? It's always typically the Black woman. There's cultural expectations for us. The strong woman schema. Keep pushing. Don't let them see you cry. Handle your business, girl. You can do everything. The independent woman. How many independent women out there are single? The stubbornness and assertiveness that makes you a great businesswoman and great entrepreneur and great on your job. That's not what makes you great in a relationship. But you know what? That's a whole nother subject. But we create these survivor skills. This strength often develops because at one point it was necessary. Survivor mode isn't meant to become a lifestyle. So maybe that was you when you grew up, but let's stop and take a pause. Let's schedule it in. You need to be able to schedule in your time, put yourself on the calendar and keep it there. I say that all the time, and I do it. I have to put myself on my calendar the same way I put a patient on the calendar, the same way I put my kid's doctor's appointment on the calendar. I have to put myself. So I'll put a large block because you know what? I want to do a long run and I want to make sure I get that done on a Monday morning. And I used to have Monday mornings off all the time. And that's exactly what I did. Every Monday morning was I went for a run. Then I started scheduling patients there because I'm like, well, yeah, I need to see more patients. And then I said, well, wait, what happened to my Monday mornings? What happened to my Monday runs? So I said, okay, let me look back at my calendar. Let me schedule it in, piecemeal it some Mondays, maybe not every Monday. So I would put it there and then I would go and schedule a patient. And I'm like, wait, why don't I have availability until a month out? Then I go back and I'm like, well, in 2 weeks, I blocked it off to do a long run. I am available. Then I think, no, I'm not. I'm not available. I blocked it off to run. Sorry, patient. My next availability is a month out. That's what you got to do. You prioritize yourself, put yourself on the priority list, treat it like another item on the calendar. You don't get to put it there and then take it off just because something else comes up that you perceive as more important. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's not more important than you getting your self-care in, your healing in, because yeah, you're the strong one, but how do you stay strong? How do you schedule in some time to be weak? So stop seeing needs as weakness. That's the first way that you can heal and not be this strong one so that you won't constantly carry the weight and burden of everyone else and this anxiety. So stop seeing needs as weakness. They need you. So are you looking at them as being weak? Well, how come when you ask for help is weakness, but when they ask for help, do you think of them as weak? Having needs makes you human. Every human needs something. You need rest. You need healthy eating. You need self-care. You need exercise. You need someone to lean on to. So the next one, let people help you badly. You're helping everybody else so badly. Have people help you. Stop requiring people to help perfectly. You need to, in order to do things right, you need people that you need to help. And you need to do it perfectly. Why so perfectly? Why be there all the time? No is a complete sentence. Build your support team. This is what I talked about joy is a team sport. Build that support team. Someone who you pour into. You're that someone that everybody else pours into, but who pours into you? And who do you pour into? Is it a mutual thing or you got these one-sided relationships where they just come to you, pouring into you, pouring into you, pouring into you? So who do you pour into? I think you need to practice receiving compliments, practice receiving help, practice receiving love, practice receiving support without immediately reciprocating. A lot of times when we get a compliment, we feel like we have to say, ooh, I like your hair too. No, just receive the compliment without saying anything back. It's okay. You can receive it without reciprocating. So that's another way that you can heal from being the strong one, and to kind of back it off and not try to be there for everyone else. You don't have to reciprocate when you get the compliments, the help, the love, the support. If anything, you've made all the deposits. Now it's time for you to withdraw. So why reciprocate? So lastly, schedule the recovery. Don't wait until you burn out. Don't wait until you're feeling tired. It's kind of like, okay, this is a runner's analogy. When I'm running, I have my power goo, and they say you have to take it every 45 minutes. Sometimes I get beyond that 45 minute. I'm like, I don't need my power goo. I feel really good. And then I start to not feel good, and I start to slow down, and I'm tired, and I'm hungry, and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to take that power goo about 15 minutes ago. So that's a great analogy to me because I'm a runner. But I shouldn't wait until I feel tired and hungry to take my energy gel. Do it when I'm supposed to. Same with you. Schedule it in. Don't wait until you burn out. Maintain it at a cadence. Your self-care. Recovery is maintenance. It's not emergency care. Maintain your self-care on a day-to-day basis, an hour-to-hour basis. There's micro self-care. There's macro self-care. There's 2-second self-care, 10-minute self-care, an hour, a trip. right? So it depends on which kind you're doing, but you should have different kinds of self-care in your maintenance pocket, in your toolbox. So let's reduce that anxiety, strong one. Get the book. Thank you for listening. This has been an Enjoy Life production. If you're in a crisis, don't hesitate. Call, text, or chat 988 for immediate support. Please note, this podcast is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional treatment. If you're looking for therapy or medication management through Enjoy Life, visit www.drenjoylife.com to request a consultation. I'm licensed in 13 states. I accept Aetna in Georgia, Florida, and Virginia. Be sure to grab your copy of the Enjoy Note to help you on your wellness journey. Also check out Inspired Joy for the wife, mom, boss to help you balance it all without losing yourself. Better yet, get the full Joy bundle for just $45. Remember, Journey to Joy Live is every Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, may you continue to transform stress into joy.